Hey guys, Nick from DoorDash here, your go-to channel for tips and tricks, guides, and tutorials that are all centered around helping you, get better at DoorDash, make more money, and make a more efficient use of your time. Today I wanted to share with you my 10 tips for how to complete deliveries quicker. Because if you're completing deliveries quicker, you're making more money, you are making more efficient use of your time, and you're gonna just have a better time overall using the platform. So let's get into it, shall we? So kicking off our list at tip number 1, I want you guys to accept a smarter delivery, a delivery that makes sense. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, what I'm saying is you want to go for a delivery that has a higher payout and a shorter mileage count. Because if you are going a less distance, you're already going to be completing that delivery much, much quicker than, say, like if you had $10 and they wanted you to go 10 miles. That's 10 miles. That could take you a long time. But if they're going to give you, say, like $9.50 for 4.5 miles, that you're going to make more money per hour because you're completing more deliveries that look like that in a shorter amount of time. So always make sure that you're accepting smarter offers, stuff like that. Tip number 2, building off of tip number 1, when you see an offer come in through the app, you're going to want to look at delivery by time. Because if it's 12 o'clock p.m. right now and the delivery time is by 12:58, you may need to, double think about maybe this isn't a good offer for me because it looks like it's giving me a long amount of time, to account for the merchant, traffic, and when the delivery is supposed to be made. As opposed to, say, if it's 12 o'clock and, the delivery is like by 12:28, like something like that, because then it's speedy, the food's gonna be ready, and DoorDash has already blocked off that amount of time, and you're ultimately going to be able to complete that delivery much, much quicker than if it was at 12:50. Tip number 3, call ahead if you know that you need to place an order in person. You guys, all of our areas are different, but once you get a feel of your merchants, you're gonna know which places you're going to need to place an order yourself, whether that's a diner or a sandwich shop, like something like that. This does not apply to fast food. All fast food places you're going to have to place the order yourself, but it's pretty fast. It's a drive-through. I mean, come on. And DoorDash actually, on average, they're taking into consideration that you need to place that order in person. They're taking into consideration that you need to use your red card. And I find personally that most fast food orders, DoorDash is already going to pay you a higher amount, and they're pretty relatively quick. So we're not going to need to really worry about that. But yes, call ahead, absolutely call ahead if you need to place an order in person, because this can save you an enormous amount of time when it comes to completing deliveries quicker. And if you're going to visit a merchant that you're not familiar with, but it's in your area, maybe they just got the DoorDash license and you're not sure, you can swipe before you've arrived, and then that's when the picture or the little template that would come up that says place this order in person would show up anyway, and that way you can just give them a call ahead, and hopefully the food will be ready by the time you get there. So that'll be very, very, very helpful. Likewise, tip number 4, if you get to a restaurant and it's the height of the weekend, you have all these good offers coming in, but that you get to a restaurant and then you see that it's packed, you have a bunch of people waiting to sit down, you have 3 other Dashers waiting there. I mean, that's a sign already in itself. If you see another 3 DoorDashers still waiting there, if they look kind of, a little gloom and doom, and you ask them, like, how long have you been waiting here? And they say, like, something like, oh, dude, I've been here for 25 minutes. You need to reassign that order immediately. Even if, don't go to the counter and give them the red card to pay for it. Don't, wait around and say, they'll it's company policy for them to be like, oh, it's 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. It's not going to be 2-3 minutes. And I guarantee you, if you wait 5 minutes and be like, oh, well, I've already waited 5 minutes, maybe just another 5 more, it's not going to come in 5 more minutes. All right, what you need to do is think smart, and you need to reassign that offer. Otherwise, you are going to chew 20 to 40 to, I've even waited an hour at one point, and that was back when I didn't know what to do, and I really felt that night. It was a Friday night. I had tons of offers that could have been thrown my way, but they didn't because I was busy waiting, and it actually didn't pay out that good. It was probably like a $11 payout, but only $11 an hour. Come on, guys. You can make more than that. You gotta think smart. So absolutely reassign when you have to. Be smart about it, and it's gonna really, make you guys complete your deliveries much quicker. Tip Tip number 5, and that is to take batched orders when it makes sense. Now, a batched order is when, you have 2 orders for the same place, or perhaps, you're at this place in a strip mall, but then ping ping, you get another order for another restaurant in that same strip mall, and it says on your route. So that means that you're going to be able, even if it's only $6 or the guaranteed minimum in your market, mine it's $6. Sorry, I just hit the mic right there. Yeah, even if it's only $6, it's still gonna be $6 and it's already on the route. It absolutely makes sense to put that in, take that offer, and to just do both at once. That way you're completing 2 deliveries at once, albeit they're kind of small, but that's extra money in your pocket that you wouldn't have had. And ultimately, even if it's just $6 and you're on an $8 delivery, that's still $14 instead of just $8. You see what I'm saying? That's where the smart is. That's how to complete deliveries faster. That's what we're all about. Tip number 6, do not always go the route that the app takes you, okay? You're not gonna wanna get into a situation where you're blindly following the DoorDash app, maybe Apple Maps, even Waze. Waze is the one I use, and they're usually pretty good, but don't always follow the route that it takes you. Listen, you're gonna be dashing during rush hour, the morning rush, the dinner rush, people are trying to get home from work, and although maybe it's the fastest route in terms of least amount of distance, it doesn't mean that there's not a lot of congestion out there. There's gonna be a ton of traffic, and you're just gonna be sitting there on some highway or some old beaten path, and you're gonna be waiting there, banging your head against the wheel, saying, oh man, I wish I would have taken that other way than I knew, because that would have been so much quicker. And you can save like 10 or 15 minutes. It's crazy sometimes. Traffic is bad. Ultimately, yes, trust your gut, know your area, and know when rush hour traffic is going to be at its worst so that you can avoid those areas and take the best possible route to make that delivery completed. Because if you're not waiting in traffic, you're making the delivery quicker, hence quicker delivery time. Tip number 7, and this one may be an obvious one to most of you, but that is to bring in your heat bag. Now, DoorDash gives it to you for a reason. It's not just to put the food in to keep it hot, which is reason number 1, but they give it to you so that you kind of stick out like a sore thumb. You're not just, someone down the street who called into the restaurant to order in, but no, you're from DoorDash. You're on a job. And people there at that vendor, they're going to respect that, and they're going to say, hey, he's from DoorDash. I better get him his food as soon as possible because he's trying to make money and that kind of stuff. They're gonna call you out. They're gonna say, "Oh, you're from DoorDash," and you'll say, "Yeah." That's just because of having your DoorDash bag. Don't say, "Oh, it's an extra step to pull it out of the back of my car, pull it out of the driver's seat. It's kind of cumbersome. I don't want to carry it. I just want to dash in. I want to dash out." No, bring your heat bag into your restaurant so you can put the food in right there, and that they're gonna call you out. They're gonna say, "You're from DoorDash. Let's get this delivery done," and you're gonna be, getting in, getting out quicker. Tip number 8, know your merchants. I wish I could just, go through the screen and say, I know you. I know that you're, I don't know, P.F. Chang's is really slow. Don't go to P.F. Chang's. I don't even have a P.F. Chang's near me, but I'm saying know your merchants. Know ones that are slower than others, so you can literally just blacklist them. I have this taco place around me called Tacos or Estrella Tacos, and I will never accept another order from them again because I know they take literally 30 minutes to get your food. And most of the time, on top of that, they forget things even after I double check it and they say they double checked it, and then you have to end up going back and you were just taking so long to complete that delivery. That is not efficient, and that is certainly not going to make you have a faster delivery time. So again, know your merchant, guys. You're going to need to do a little bit of reconnaissance, a little bit of studying, and feel it out. But ultimately, you'll know what's good and what to avoid. Tip number 9. Now this is a kind of an interesting tip. I do it myself. I want to pass it on to you guys because I know it does help. Say I'm at Chick-fil-A and I'm waiting by the counter to get my food. They just put it in, they rang up my receipt. They're going to, get the food ready. I know that it's going to take them about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So after the 5 minutes, I'm going to swipe and say that I've picked up the food so I can get the address, put it into Waze, and have it loaded in. I already have the path. I already know where I'm going. And then, sure as sunshine, they give me the food and I just get in the car and I'm already on my path. I know it's only just maybe a minute or 2 that you would get back into your car, get it situated, and plug the thing into the app and like plug your phone and stuff like that. But if just having the path already there for you and you can just plug it into the car, I'm telling you, this 2 minutes adds up. Think of it. You're doing, what you think, 3 deliveries an hour, like 2 minutes each time. That's 6 minutes, you know. That could add up to an extra 1 to 2 deliveries a night, you know, because your shift's like 4 hours. That's a reasonable amount of time just by doing this simple trick. So I think it's very helpful and I wanted to share it to you guys. And finally, tip number 10, this is just kind of an interesting one, and that is to just park near hotspots, you know, because if you're getting, you know, if you're at a hotspot, you're at a much higher likelihood of receiving an offer to, say, someone who is not at a hotspot, say someone who is half a mile away from a hotspot, because a hotspot is where a lot of orders are being, you know, requested in a very, very tiny amount of space. And the more offers that you're getting is the faster you're going to be able to do those offers, right? So, you know, you can't do an offer faster if it's not getting to you. But so how to get an offer faster to you is by traveling to a hotspot. Again, I think this is obvious and most people know it, but I do see a lot of people not practicing it. So hopefully these tips and tricks have definitely helped you. I know they help me every single day, and I'm going to apply them tonight, I'm going to apply them tomorrow, and every single day of the week that I still work left this week. And you know, I'm gonna take Monday off because I'm doing such a great job. So yeah, I really hope these tips help you. Please put them into practice because I know they will help you, and I wanna see you guys succeed. I wanna see you guys make more money, and I wanna see you guys complete deliveries faster because that's what it's all about. You know, it's a hustle, and you know, the more you hustle, the more money you can make. And those are the tips and tricks that I've shared with you guys. If you're new to DoorDash, you can click my link. You know, it's right up here. It'll give you the complete guide from everywhere from signing up to completing your first dash. I think it's very helpful. You should take it a look. If you want to see more tips and tricks on how to increase business in your market, I want you to click the link right down here below. Until then, this has been Nick from DoorDash, your go-to for DoorDash, all things DoorDash, you know, tips, tricks, guides, and tutorials. I hope you guys will have a great rest of your day. Thank you, and peace out.